Fans and welcome inside Worthen Arena for a night of Mid-American Conference basketball between the Ball State Cardinals and the Bowling Green State Falcons. Ball State coming into this one 12-9 overall, and Bowling Green 11-11, but Bowling Green with the better MAC record. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kyle Binder alongside Pat Boylan, and a familiar face to Ball State, 11-year NBA veteran and Ball State's newest Hall of Fame inductee, Bonzi Wells, on the broadcast tonight. His very first. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
All right, guys, let's get to it right away. Let's start talking some basketball first. Pat, players of the game to watch, and first for Bowling Green.
Yeah, for Bowling Green, you have to look at Austin Calhoun, 6'7" center, averaging 13 points a game, but he's had 15 points a game in his last 4, put up to career high 29 against Buffalo just 3 weeks ago. He's a smaller center, but he's athletic, moves well with the basketball. He's going to be a challenge for Jared Jones in the post. And for Ball State, it might not be the first name that comes to your mind, but watch Aaron Adeoye. He had a career high in points, rebounds, and minutes last week against Miami. He needs to be that second option down low to Jared Jones to relieve Jared in the post. He'll also likely be paired with Scott Thomas on the defensive end. Thomas, one of the premier scorers for Bowling Green. A good test for the young freshman here tonight.
And Jared had the loose ball, now up to Randy to push, 13 minutes to go. Randy getting some penetration, finally down low. And as the official underneath the basket, though, will wave it off.
Was he in the restricted area?
Yeah,
that's the question.
Yeah.
Randy was yelling he was in the restricted area. That's reviewable in the pros, but I don't think that's reviewable in college basketball. And Randy's adamant. You're watching him. He thinks he was in the zone. I didn't get a great look. We'll see here. Tough to tell.
Could tell his feet, but it looked like he was.
Might have stepped out.
Yeah, he might have stepped out there at the last second. As the turnover will give the ball back to the Falcons with the 1-point advantage.
That's a big call there, though, because if Ball State gets that basket, they go up 1. Randy Davis makes it 2 almost assuredly at the line.
Nearly stolen away there by Ball State, but Bowling Green holds on to it with Crawford up top, 10 to shoot. Right side to Thomas. Looking down low for Calhoun, and he gets it, can't get it to go. That's got to be interference.
It's got to be goaltender. He grabbed the rim down first.
Yep. Used the rim to assist himself up there. We'll see what the referees say here after a conference.
Both benches were jumping mad at the play. The Cardinals yelling basket interference.
Here we go with the replay.
Oh, that's a goaltender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Used the rim to assist himself, and it looks like they're going to wave it off, much to the chagrin of the Nest.
We might have a career in refereeing. We saw that Johnny on the spot.
Both Jared and Malik were faced up against another defender.
We have a foul at the top, a reach on Randall Holt. Jared Jones will check out of the game. Chris Bond comes back in. So now your biggest guys out there on the court for the Cardinals are 6'4", and Chris Bond and Malik Perry. As Eric Gaines comes back in, as Mr. Green will head to the bench. So the bigs out there and your players to watch are both on the bench, so we'll see who steps up for both teams.
That's an interesting counter move by Gino Ford. Once Jared Jones comes out, you'd think that he'd want to keep Justin Green into the game, allow him to get some time down low without Ball State's tallest player, but he's going to do the same thing and bring him out.
Jawan fumbling with it, gets it to Chris Bond. Chris gets it up, but another block for Kent State. And they're going to try to turn it into quick points, but no, recycled by Malik Perry. 11-8, Cardinals trail, and a nice back-to-back block action.
A long rally here. A miss hit by the Redhawks. Kaler was going for the tip shot just over the net, miss hit it, and we're tied.
Here we are again, 23-23, 4-set, another pivotal point here in this match.
If Ball State takes the next 2 points, they win the match. Katie Frederick to serve. Saved. Sent over. Oh, what a shot by McGinnis.
McGinnis fooling everybody here. Fans in Worthen Arena on their feet. Great job by her just to tip it over the net for the point for the Cardinals. They are with one with taking this match.
All right, so the Cardinals can sneak out of here. Miami's led for most of set number 3, but the Cardinals can sneak away here with a 4-set match win if they can get this point. Frederick to serve. Just over the net, and that'll do it! An ace on the final point, and Ball State beats Miami. They take set number 4, 25-23. They win 3-1 overall. What a great victory for the Cardinals.
Well, the freshman Juwan Edwards is pretty much the workhorse, the main workhorse now for the Cardinals. In this game, due to some injury these past couple of games, he's really taken the load. He has now over 500 yards on the season. Not bad for a guy who barely got recruited.
Not bad at all. 123 yards, another day over 100 yards for Juwan Edwards. And you're absolutely right, Colin. I think he's starting to solidify himself as the feature back in this Cardinal offense. 25 carries for Edwards on the day. Scott and Donegan, the 2 and 3, had 9 with them total. So almost tripled the carries for Edwards as those two had combined. And Coach Skrosky, the offensive coordinator, he was joking. He was saying, I don't remember. It's few and far between the times I've given one back 25 carries in my offense. And to be just a freshman, Chris, I think that speaks a lot to where Juwan Edwards is right now.
What I love about this kid is his attitude that he brings to the offense. When he goes down to carry, not 1, not 2, not 3 defenders, but 4 or 5 defenders are going to hit him before he goes down. And that attitude's contagious. You see it go to the offensive line. They dominated the Ohio defensive line. The runnings helped set up manageables. 3rd and manageable, 2nd and manageable for Keith Wenning and the passing game, and that really helps the offense overall. And Juwan Edwards, I saw several Ohio defenders celebrating after they got him down after a 4-yard run. If the defense is celebrating after getting you down after 4 yards, you're doing something right.
Oh, yeah. And the defense was also doing a lot of remember, follow us on Twitter at Third Down Chirp and tweet a question at us each week about Ball State football. Have a chance to win a free Papa John's pizza this week. Our question comes from Will Stone 6. What are BSU's bowl chances and what needs to happen?
Well, I'd like to first point out the fact that it's nice that we're actually having this discussion. To be 4 and 3 and actually having this discussion is a nice thing. You know, I would say under 50%, but I definitely think it's reachable.
I agree it's definitely reachable. Now, it's not going to be easy to obtain by any stretch of the imagination. The MAC is just good from top to bottom this year.
It absolutely is, but you look at the Central Michigan game coming up. You look at the Eastern Michigan game 2 weeks after that. I think those are must-wins. If you get both of those, then you get to 6. That's bowl eligible. It probably doesn't get you a bowl in the MAC. I think the key will be winning one of those other 3 games against Western, Northern Illinois, or Toledo. And I think the big thing is finishing 4th or better in the conference, because you try to get that 5th bid, the MAC doesn't always have it.
Yeah, and you look at those upcoming games you just mentioned. Northern and Toledo look very, very good. So if they indeed, Ball State does win against Eastern Michigan and Central Michigan. That Western Michigan game, circle it on your calendars. Bowl hopes are on that game, and I think Ball State, they got a good chance to pull it off.
You guys up for another road trip? I'm thinking Boise maybe on the Bluegrass.
Let's
another
do
road
it.
trip.
I love
over
potatoes.
break. All right, well, the remaining games on the schedule are all MAC West opponents starting Saturday against Central Michigan. Right now, Central is the